Hello, everybody. Good Wednesday evening. I hope it's Wednesday because we're watching Poole. Welcome to Shoot Some Shale. It's the first one this week. It's been a very long week since Sunday, and I'm joined by Mr. Dylan tonight. How are we doing this evening?
Yeah, not too, but it's nice to be back. We had a few days off since Sunday and it's gone really slowly. So it is nice to be back, albeit for potentially our only one this week.
More news to come on that at some point within the next 2.5 hours. Poole versus Oxford, it's a big one. The winner of this obviously goes the direct route to the semi-finals.
And as someone on the interweb has called it, it's the ABBA meeting because the winner takes it all.
What a tune!
And
I do like a bit of ABBA from time to time.
Like you say, Poole have got to win a draw or better for Oxford, and they will advance because of beating Poole comfortably at Sandy Lane. And trust me, it was a very sandy lane on that night.
Yes, it was. For what my friend that's in attendance at this meeting sent me, it won't be dusty anytime soon.
Do you reckon that's a direct point to Oxford, that one?
It's a tad boys.
Shall we have a look at the two teams? If you want to cover the team you hate the most, first of all.
Glasgow out riding mush. But for the Cheetahs by name, Cheetahs by nature, I mean Oxford. They are led at number 1 as always by Samuel Masters. Luke gonna kill himself. Colleen rides at number 2. At number 3 is Anders Rowe. At number 4, Mitchell McDermott. Jason Edwards guests for the blind Eric Riss at number 5. Darryl Richings rides at number 6. And at number 7 is Dale Wood. Have you got a cheetah to watch and why?
I've gone for the rider they tried to sign over the winter and just missed out on. I've gone for Mitch McDermott. Last year when he came here, he was nearly perfect. He likes this track, and from the glimpses we've had of him this season, he looks like he's in front of a good season.
I've got a cheetah to watch. It's called my ex. Way! Oh, the can of vodka and lime's already started. I've gone for Anders Rowe. Obviously, Poole was very interested in retaining his services for this year. Obviously, it's not worked out, and Zach's back at Poole. And Anders is going to want to prove a point, I think, to his former employers.
I think you're right, and I very nearly went for Anders Rowe. I usually put a little star next to my rider to watch, and I put the first. I always do the star with the two, like the cross, and then the lines going through, like the cross and plus. And I put the 2 lines for the cross, and then crossed it out and went for Mitch. So we nearly ended up with the same rider.
I'm glad you put some thought into it because I didn't.
Oh, neither did I until I looked. I was like, I can't pick him, and then it just narrowed itself down.
At least you're honest.
For the Pirates of Poole, we'll go 7-1. Cooper Russian rides at number 7. William Cairns goes at 6. Zach Cook at 5. Fraser Bowes at 4. Louis Kerr at 3. Carl Newman at number 2. And we believe this is the final meeting of his 28-day deal. Then Poole will have a decision to make. And Richard Lawson goes at number 1. Have you got a pirate to watch, Palmer?
I certainly have. And it's Fraser Bowes.
Ooh.
Interesting choice. I know, I'm just as shocked as you are. But obviously, Fraser's not really lived up to the potential that we know he can ride, and obviously we know Poole are not afraid to make changes. And I just may have a slight gut feeling that whilst Carl Newman may be staying, Dan Jilks may just make his way into that Poole's team for Fraser if he doesn't pick up.
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. I've gone for Cooper Russian. I think the Poole reserves will have the better of this, although Darryl Richings did himself no harm when he was at Poole last season for a short spell. And Darryl Woods had a fine start to the season, but I just think around this circuit the Poole reserves have got the advantage, and I think Cooper will relish in that.
I can't believe none of us picked Team GB superstar William Cairns.
Absolute legend on the screen there as well, dressed as a pirate. Big Lee from 15
Big up Lee
Heats Later.
Tyres.
Absolute gent of a man.
Absolute boy.
And
the less I say, the better.
And have you got a score prediction, Palmer? Because I know what you put in our predictions league.
Yes, I have, and I'm sticking with it.
Oh, God.
Because F Oxford, because I don't really like him, I'm going Poole 58, Oxford 32.
That's wide.
I just think Poole know they've got to win, and Poole know that they like trophies and wooden corks that are massive with the BSN logo stuck in it. Because that's eluded them the last year, so they'll be wanting to get that nice shiny wine cork back. And
I went for Poole by 12, which would equate to a dead 90 all score on the aggregate. 51-39 would equate to a run-off or superheat of some kind. I don't know why, because if Poole win the meeting on the night, it's literally win or bust for Poole. If they win on the night, they'll advance whatever the aggregate score is. So if it's 46, 44, 45, 44, as long as it's anything better than a draw for Poole, they'll go through regardless of a superheat result. Oxford just need a draw or better, because obviously they'll hold on to that aggregate point, and that will put them ahead of Poole with the point they'd get on the night for the draw as well. So they'd take 2. Alright, the legend Winnie's in the comments, Palmer. Evening fellas, sorry I missed the stream the other night, hope you're well. 52-38 for me, sadly would like to see Poole turned over, but not going to happen, I think.
Up the Pirates. Sorry, Winnie, I think they're great, but F Oxford.
If anybody's going to upset Poole at home, it's Oxford. They've got a track record of getting at least one upset win a season in the last couple of seasons over Poole at Wimborne Road. That's about as close. It's about as close to hope as we can give Oxford, I think that.
But I mean, if you're an Oxford fan, A, you have my sincerest of condolences, and B, that just gives them that little bit of hope that they may just have to cling on to until Heat 3.
The track has dried out somewhat since the stream went live.
Dried out a bit.
Yeah,
it's not as moist as what it was.
They've overwatered the back straight, it looks like there, and that's in the shade. So the home straight is being baked, so it's drying out really quickly. But if they're evenly watering the track, obviously the home straight will be drier than the back straight because the sun's on the home straight. Nice seagull.
Up the Seagulls.
We prefer pigeons, but up the seagull.
Up the Plymouth Seagulls. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
Oh, God. Senna Summers is spannering for Luke Killeen again. And Hutty's made the trip down as well. Fresh off of his meeting on STS against you and a few others last night, Palmer. And he's in shorts.
Of course he's in shorts. I'm in shorts. Of the boxer variety, but I'm in shorts.
God. We've just had a snapshot into your bedroom with you in shorts, eh? Brilliant.
Oh, whoa. Don't you be getting snapshots. I'll have to charge for that.
Oh, yes.
Only Dan's, innit?
Only Dan's. Poole have won the toss, so that's one thing Oxford have lost this evening, and have taken 1 and 3 in Heat 1.
And Oxford riders still haven't found the ability to where Bean is correct.
And as Rowe, we're looking at you, son. Any success Oxford have, he will play a part in tonight, having been a pirate last year.
Massively.
And as you alluded to at the start as well, there was a lot of talk about Poole trying to get him back, and it ultimately came down to Zach Cook or Anders Rowe, and when Zach's availability cropped up again, it was a no-brainer for me, that.
Yeah, 100%, you know. Anders is a good kid. Got all the time in the world for him. Just wish he'd dye his hair. But yeah. If you've got somebody of Zach's calibre and is available on Wednesday nights, you're not going to say no, are you?
No. and Jason Edwards just rubbing insult to injury, because despite what Jason Harold said on the build-up and the interview with Matt Ford on BSN, if you're watching that, Poole aren't the reigning holders of this. That's Redcar, and Jason Edwards has got his Redcar Kevlars on.
Which just so happens to have the BSN series in gold just above the Redcar crest.
Yes, it
does.
And
Bethany's been spotted. Get on.
Yes, it does. I'm a Reading fan, so following Oxford is a bit hard for me, but it's easier than Poole takeaway tonight. I think McDonald's delivering McFlurry and a couple of Peronis from Winnie the Legend.
Oh, excellent choice, sir. Excellent.
Now, what McFlurry is it? The new Biscoff one that they've brought out, or the new Galaxy chocolate one that they've brought back? I mean, I must admit, I preferred the mini eggs one that was out recently, but that's dead and buried now.
That's given me some inspiration.
McDonald's for tea tomorrow?
Not tomorrow, because I'm still skinned.
Friday
after Speedway?
Yes. Smart. And a few things, bits and bobs going on in the world of Speedway at the minute, Palmer. We may look at bringing in a news roundup thing for us that will be pre-recorded and posted out at some point, where we'll discuss what's happened. But Northampton have been cleared to go racing, and that's good news for all concerned.
That is very good news, and speaking to one of the riders' dads earlier today, that was there, he says it was absolutely bob on.
Would that be your boss? Would that be your boss by any chance?
Correct. So they were a little bit dry, but win some, you lose some. Could have done with a splash of H20, but yeah. So it's good to see a new team in. But from the good news to the bad news, what the actual fudge is that sack of shit called the Team Great Britain World Cup team?
Yeah, we've had discussions about this, and there is an expense that comes with riding for your country, so I don't blame Dan Thompson or Edinburgh, whichever one have made that call. It's either spend thousands to go and race for GB, or race for your club in 3 meetings over the weekend and get paid a decent whack and not have to lose out on money. I know which I'd have chose.
So do I. And it would have been the one that doesn't involve using an aeroplane.
No. Well, he might have to use an aeroplane to get up to the old Scotland, but he might drive. Who knows? I mean, I'd be flying, because that's some bloody drive, but then the bikes aren't going to get themselves there, are they?
Just get them in your suitcase, it'll be fine.
Break them down.
The engine in. Just don't put the engines in there, because there's only 22 kilogram baggage allowance if you go on a Jet 2 holiday, that is.
And Dan Palmer's Fly with Dan Palmer. Expertise. I love that Jace has got those Kevies on with that BSN Series logo. Jason Harold blamed the programme notes for that, but surely that's not right. Get in the comments and tell us who you think will win this, scores, etc. Who advances. Oxford, it is a little bit easier for them. All they need to do is ride for a draw. Nothing silly. They don't need to win on the night.
No, they just need to
avoid losing.
Yes.
It's really simple when you put it like that, isn't it?
Not hard, is it?
And Luke Killeen is on the screen. Obviously, another bit of news coming out today that Dan Gilks is going back into the Rising Star spot at Leicester, with Joe Thompson being released from his expiry of the 28-day deal. I've got to say, I do fear for Luke Killeen potentially in his Rising Star position, because for me, if I were in charge at Sheffield, I'd be on the phone to Joe Thompson, to be honest.
Now, I'm not going to announce my thoughts on Luke Killeen, because if you've watched our previous Oxford ones, you'll already know. But all I'm saying is, Joe Thompson's been bloody brilliant in the Premiership this year, and I think he got about 7 at Sheffield the other week. I think it just kind of makes sense.
I don't think there'd be as much spotlight on Killeen not scoring as well if Jai Etheridge wasn't doing shit as well. But Jai Etheridge is struggling as well, and that's, Luke Killeen wouldn't have the pressure if Jai Etheridge was scoring, what you'd expect of him, but he's not.
Exactly.
So it's not entirely Luke Killeen's fault. It's a new change of scenery at Premiership level and stuff, which is difficult, but it was a surprise signing, I think, for me certainly, and I think for you as well, because he's never particularly gone well at Sheffield in visits there.
Anyone who signs Luke Killeen is a surprise to me. I mean, what?
I don't dislike him or anything. I'm sure he's a nice kid, but yeah, it's a strange one. We've got riders coming around for heat number 1. This could be an interesting one for the rider in blue off gate 1, Carl Newman, with his 28-day deal set to expire by my maths tonight. Gate number 2 in yellow, Luke Killeen. Gate 3 in red is Richard Lawson, and off the outside in white is Sam Masters. I don't think Sam has had as good a start to the season as we'd expect of him at either level, to be honest.
Not had a good start to the season, and looking at these pictures, he's not having a very good start to this evening either.
No, he's getting changes made to that by the pit gate, but the 2 minutes has got to be clawed. That start line's so wet.
It's a little bit moist.
It looks like quicksand. Sam is going to make it. It does, yeah, it really does. We will announce when we'll be back, possibly, or when we'll be back, definitely, barring any weather intervening weather, a little bit later on.
Or, of course, slips, trips, falls, and train failures. Heat number 1 then here at Wimborne Road. The tapes rise away we go. It's a very, very good start there for Richard Lawson.
Sam Masters broke down.
Masters has already packed up, and now Carl Newman looking to force his way underneath Luke Killeen there in the second place. It's not quite worked out for him just yet. Richard Lawson though leading from like he normally does, to be fair, around Wimborne Road, and if anything now Luke Killeen is starting to challenge Richard Lawson, although Newman is still not a million miles at the rear of the field. But yeah, the line's very much inside to mid-track, and I don't know if anybody's really prepared to use the outside run just yet, because I don't know if you know this, it's a little bit on the old moist side of things as we enter the final lap then of heat number 1, and Richard Lawson's going to get the easiest 3 points ever, and Kyle Newman's binned it, and
he's under the fence as well.
He's under that fence as well.
If the Reds have come on, he will be disqualified for that. I don't think they have. He's going to He's going to have to run that round for the point. Oh, he can ride it round it and get it back up.
He's ride it round.
He's dragged himself out. Is he going to come round for that point? I think he'll be able to. He's going back straight into the pits by the looks of it. He's not going to bother.
Nah, it's a 3-2 then. Drama in the extreme.
Good start from Richard Lawson. Sam Masters went nowhere. I don't know if it was fuel or a recurrence of the bike issues that he had pre-race. He definitely left it late to come around. Carl Newman looked like he had speed, but it's so early on to do anything. And the result of Heat 1 was a win for the rider in red, Richard Lawson. Second in yellow, Luke Killeen. Carl Newman fell. Sam Masters retired. We got a 3-2 to open things off. If that's a sign of things to come, it's going to be a dramatic evening.
To tell you one thing for sure, it's going to be one of the really weird scores now, isn't it? So both of our score predictions
are out the window.
Out the window now.
Unless there's another slip, trip, fall or mechanical failure and a 2-rider only race.
Which is very, very possible.
It is. It's really wet, ain't it? They'd done a lap and they were all caked in SH1 too. It's very, very wet.
Not great, this, is it?
It will dry out. Well, the home straight will dry out quite quickly. The back straight, a few bikes over it should dry it out, but it's not ideal from the off. I've got to say, Heat 2, I do favour Poole.
Put some respect on the goat.
and the lineup for heat number 2. Gate 1 in white, Darryl Richings. Gate 2 in red is Will Cairns. Gate 3 in yellow is the GOAT, or Dale Wood as he's known to everybody else. And off the outside in blue is Cooper Russian. Did you share the link to our Facebook page?
I certainly did.
We ain't got many viewers tonight.
I hope I did. Let me just triple check. I'm sure I did.
We ain't got many people in this evening. Shameless plug there.
Yeah, I shared it 40 minutes ago.
We ain't got many in tonight. Perhaps people just ain't bothered in listening to us. Dale Wood is asking for the green light to be shone, and now it's been shone. This could be an interesting one.
Very much so indeed, as the tapes then fly up for heat number 2. It's a fairly even start there, but it is Kenzie and Coops that gets to that first turn first, and it's the Pirates currently on a 5-1, and now Darryl Richards has gone underneath the GOAT. But this looks, as far as it stands at the moment, the easiest 5-1 of the night for the Pirates here. And I think Dale's
gave up. Yeah, Dale's get up at the back.
My GOAT. But yeah, Team GB superstar William Cairns. Oh, the bloody hell has he got in that Team GB lineup? Out in front with Tasselman in second, and Darryl Richards in third. That's literally what's happened. Yeah, this one's a little bit drawn out, this one. But we've got one lap left to go, then barring any slips, trips, falls and mechanical failures, which could happen. It's going to be a 5-1, and it's going to be a 5-point gap now for the Poole Pirates.
And that was a brilliant ride from both of the Pirates. Look at Cooper there, he was in second and he's absolutely covered. They have definitely overwatered this, but that was as good as you like from the Poole boys. Dale Wood went wide on the first and second turn, and that was his race done. He was filled in from there and just gave up. As Palmer called in the Tassel Man, for anybody of a certain age, will have had Scatman John come to mind, and that banger of a tune he released years ago.
Yes, what a tune.
Heat number 2 is won by the rider in red William Cairns, second in blue Cooper Russian, and third in white Darryl Richings. 5 points to 1, 8 points to 3, and as Palmer said, it's a 5-point lead for the Pirates. There's one thing I've noticed already from this: they've taken out the race winning times on the BSN graphics. Now that was a nice little touch.
I was just about to say that myself. The last one that we watched, they did have him on, but it was right in the top corner and you couldn't really see it. But now, tonight, they just haven't got him on at all, and yeah.
It's a nice thing. It doesn't feel right filling in a programme or scorecard if you don't put the winning time down. That's the old school way, maybe.
Yes.
One thing I noticed from that, Cairns did Coops no favours on that back straight of the first lap, did he?
He's showing us why he was picked over Cooper Russia to represent Team Great Britain at Lanshot in the weekend.
I wonder who Berwick will have guessed for Reed this weekend for their meetings, because we all expected, I think, maybe Cooper Russian, but it's not going to be Kleeman now because he's in the World Cup meeting.
Well, it might still be Kleeman.
It could be.
The World Cup meeting's only on Friday.
Yeah, if they fly him in, but I don't think they will.
Maybe Ryan Ingram, someone like that, maybe. Who knows?
Possibly. Heat number 3, gate 1 in blue is Palmer's man to watch for Poole. Fraser Bowes. Gate 2 in white is my man to watch for Oxford. Anders Rowe. Gate 3 in red is Louis Kerr. And gate 4... no, your man to watch for Oxford, isn't it, Anders?
Yes.
And my man to watch for Oxford, Mitch McDermott, is off the outside in yellow, even though that yellow looks white in the sun. That's faded in the wash a little bit.
Poor Louis Kerr, nobody wants to watch him. Watch him go out and win it now.
Louis Kerr's really good at home, and he seems to have. He was always a bit of a journeyman, and he seems to have found a place to settle now at Poole, and they're persisting with him because Poole won't persist with you if you're not of a certain quality, and he proved why they took a risk on him last season, I think.
Exactly, it's worked out. So, yeah.
Are you on the beer tonight?
No, I'm on H20 because I'm out of beer and I'm out of Fanta.
Oh, Blue has sucked Anders in. Anders isn't happy there with Fraser. Blue moved, Anders went through the tapes. He's really not happy, but you should have just stayed still, pal.
I'm glad you said in and not off then. I don't know.
Fraser did have a nibble and he will be warm, but Anders Rose touched the tapes and he will be disqualified. Anders was really far back as well. The start marshal letting him get away with that one, I think. But Blue, not really a momentary little, but it wasn't enough, I don't think, to suck someone through.
No. Yeah, it's just one of them things you see all the time in Speedway, isn't it? But
yeah, and Anders, as expected, will be out, and it's now on Peter Schreck to put Darrell or Dale in, or put Anders off 15 metres.
Give it to go. He might get a point against Frazy Wazy.
Anders was fuming with Fraser there, but he didn't touch him, and Anders did. It's that simple.
Exactly.
Do you reckon Hutty's going to regret wearing shorts on the south coast at any point this evening?
Nah. I'm taking shorts and I go in 4 weeks.
Are you taking shorts to Redcar, or does it get cold at Redcar?
I've known it be absolutely bloody Baltic there, and I've known it to be really warm there.
Okay, I'll take joggers and shorts. Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Anders is really far back. See, Fraser does nibble, but it's not a massive... We've seen worse. He barely moves. Anders is angry, but there's barely any movement from Fraser there. I love the shark design on Fraser's helmet.
It's nice, isn't it?
Has Fraser touched the tapes? For me, Fraser doesn't touch the tapes. He doesn't go far enough to touch them. No. Oh, actually... his front wheel was right against him from the start, whereas Anders was quite far back, so I think that's why they keep showing the replays. I think Fraser may have touched him as well. And if he did touch him first, he will be out. He was very close to him. Anders is putting his helmet back on. Will he go off 15? He's having a smile, so has Fraser now been excluded? And
nobody knows.
I do think Fraser touches him first. He doesn't move far, but he's right against him, and that's what may have gone against him. But they keep showing... it looks like one of them's going off 15
metres.
Yeah, so I presume it will be still be Anders. But
yeah,
they're showing that replay for a reason.
BSN pals, I'd like to see it again.
We ain't seen it enough.
What do we pay you £55 a month for?
Well, I don't. 30.
We know you do.
38.
You've got the early bird offer.
Yes, I got it when it was probably a big risk, when we didn't know what things were going to look like. But if it comes to the big risk and me saving money, I'll take the risk and save the money.
Yeah, I was very, very late to the party with BSN this year.
And you're going to pay for that through your bank account.
That's how I pay for most things, boss.
Yours is about £17 more than mine a month.
Yeah, it's one of them, innit? I mean, I normally get BSN at Christmas.
Yeah, but it wasn't on sale at Christmas this year, was it? Well, last year.
Well, nobody knew what was happening at Christmas.
No, that was the issue with the AGM being in bloody January.
So
I shall be back. I shall be back in about 10 seconds while they fix the tapes. So, Palmer,
No
filler for you.
So, if you're interested in knowing what's happening, as a man with a ladder that's trying to fix the tapes, I don't quite know if it's working or not, but there's a man trying to fix the tapes with a ladder. And this is the most obscure, fascinating thing that I have ever seen in my 22 years of watching Speedway, consecutive years, that is. So, yeah, fun times. If you are watching, get yourself in the comments, have a little chin wag with us. Dylan might come back at some point this side of Christmas. But yeah, interesting times, and I'm lucky enough to be able to be at Poole in a few weeks when Glasgow go there, so there won't be a watch along with me involved from that one. What's everybody having for the tea? I had sausage and chips tonight. It was bloody lovely. But yeah, Cooper's bike just getting sorted with the wheels looking a little bit on the old dirty side of things more than anything. But yeah, 8 points to 3 the score at the moment.
We have returned and they've still not moved.
They haven't. We've been mesmerised by the ladder.
The ladder. It's taking a while to change these. I've just had a thought while I was in the bathroom having a Jimmy Riddle. I may just do a pop-up watch-along to Scunny on my own on Friday because I don't think I can listen to their commentators.
Absolutely not. I can't listen to their commentators either.
There's no Alan.
I prefer the old one.
There's no Alan, and obviously you're there on centre green, but I may just do a pop-up watch-along on me Tommy Todd's.
Well, if you choose to do a pop-up watch-along and we have a track grade, don't be afraid to ring me on your Discord.
I'll do it on this chat so you can just jump in.
Yes, we might need to get my other account on there, but we can sort that out tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, we'll add that in. That's no problem. I was just thinking, because I can't listen to their commentators, one of them in particular doesn't know what the Kinelli's talking about.
And the other one pretends to be a rider.
So I may do a solo watch-along to that one.
Yes.
Which may be difficult, but we'll give it a go.
Doing comms on your own is very, very difficult.
I've never tried it, but I've got Friday night free, and I'm going to be watching the meeting anyway. So we'll give it a go.
I did Scunny versus Edinburgh in the playoffs 2023. I was meant to have had Spencer, but obviously Spencer being Spencer decided he wasn't going to do it. So I spent all night trying to gather commentators together just to see if one person would come up to help me out. A girl called Ash come, and she said a couple of words, but she wasn't really used to it. And so I ended up doing the meeting virtually on my own. I got double the pay, absolutely right, but Jesus Christ, was it tough.
We're at tapes for heat number 3 again. The rerun. Fraser Bowes goes off gate 1. Mitch McDermott moves in from gate 4 to gate 2. Louis Kerr goes off gate 3, and Anders Rowe is 15 metres back off the outside. A call that the ref I think probably just got right.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that decision, to be fair, from the 2 replays that I've seen, and I could have done with seeing about 4 or 5.
Paul Carrington must know that we rate referees at the end of these, and has decided that this was the night to have a good meeting. But I do think he's got that right.
Yeah, I can't.
That means if I do a solo watch along now, Palmer, I've just added a touch bit of work to your evening pre-Friday. Oops.
Well, Thursday's my graphics night anyway, if we're not watching along, and I don't think there's any meetings that are being streamed tomorrow, is there?
What are these? Nah, there's not. What are these doing? The two riders that Poole wanted, well, the one rider Poole wanted and the one rider Poole ended up with are just going round and round like they're in the fucking garden or something.
In the Night Garden, Speedway Edition. Yes.
Tapes are down. 2 minutes, I'd assume he's on. Fraser Bowes is coming back and being called in. Mitch McDermott is back. Anders Rowe never left. He's 15 metres back and has been ready for the last 10 minutes. But we are under tapes. Palmer, over to you.
So, heat number 3, when Mitch can get the ants out of his pants sorted. As the start marshal walks away, the tapes fly up, away we go. Mitch McDermott's got to that first turn first. It's currently, as I go down into the back straight, a free all as it stands, although Lewis Kerr is not a million miles away from McDermott. And
he's gone, tapes. Oh, his chain's gone.
In the
Louis Kerr's chain went, and Fraser Bowes was trying to come round the outside of him and has gone down. Louis Kerr will be disqualified for that. Fraser Bowes will get the rerun, but that's not ideal.
No.
And he's got one of them airbags by the looks of it. I know it's not. It's just a very padded top half of the suit. You could see Louis Kerr's bike straighten up, which would suggest his chain went, but Fraser Bowes was too close to react, and that was the cause of the stoppage for me.
Yeah, we've just got a replay on now, and it looks set to be a decent free all there as they come down the opening lap. But yeah, that's a chain 100%, and Fraser's just laid the bike down just to avoid Louis and Anders getting hurt.
Oxford fans will claim that Bowes goes on his own, but he's trying to avoid a rider that's broken down and not under power, and for me, Louis will be excluded for that and Bowes will get the rerun.
He should be excluded, in my not so humble opinion, because I'm not Logan Paul, I'm not humble.
It's Logan Paul.
But yeah. But his theme song says he is.
Yeah.
Absolute banger, that.
Yeah, it's the best thing about Logan Paul. Actually, I'll tell a lie. I don't like Logan Paul as a person. As a professional wrestler, I think he's fantastic.
I was going to say, the segment he did on Raw with Joe Hendry, I thought he played it perfect.
And in the ring, he's really good as well. And now he's signed full time. He's not just somebody cosplaying at wrestling. He's a proper wrestler. And for me, he's doing a good job at it.
He's signed a full-time contract to do 6 matches a year. Yes.
And you can see the moment Louis' chain goes, it just straightens up, and Fraser had nowhere to go.
No.
It's not going Poole's way at this exact moment in time, it must be said.
What's going to come first?
Death.
Free result or Christmas? Or death.
Or death.
Death could come before Christmas. Fraser's been excluded for that.
That's a really bad decision, and Louis Kerr shouldn't be in it anyway. He wasn't under power. Oh my God.
Well, Mr. Carrington's got one wrong. That's a strike.
That's a howler of a decision. That's a really bad call. A really bad call.
Was his Foster's out of date?
So Louis Kerr was either... He caused the stoppage because Bowes is trying to avoid him when he's broken down, or not under power. Either way, he should be out, and he's in, and... Oh my God.
I'll tell you, but don't run out of them brown envelopes in Poole. I hope I get one when I go down.
I think that's the old Wolves air fence.
Might be. It looks very similar. So then, heat number 3 we'll try for the third time then, and take the way we go. And Louis Kerr's gated. Mitch McDermott's in second, and Anders Rowe. He's saying he's come back from 15 metres in a free rider race. He's currently in third. But yeah, Louis Kerr's is leading by example now, and this is why the Pirates have re-signed him again for this season. And if anything now, he's extending his lead over Mitch McDermott and he looks very, very comfortable. So, providing any slip strips, falls and mechanical failures, this is literally like the worst Oxford could hope for. And it's a free all, and they're only going to be 5 points down, which isn't really a lot in the long context of things. Not that the aggregate really matters anyway, as we're going into the final lap of heat number 3. And Lewis Kurt gated perfectly, and as they come round the final bends, and he takes a checkered flag.
Controversial that. Fraser Bowes could feel very hard done by. Louis Kerr made a belter of a gate though, clamped over Mitch McDermott and cleared off, and he had some real pace about him when he cleared off.
Callum's just said the same thing in our group chat.
What's that?
His words was, should have been Bowes in the rerun there.
Should have, yeah. Kerr was either not on pair or cause a stop.
Time's on!
Yes, time's on. Winner was Louis Kerr in red in a time of 60.19. Second in yellow, Mitch McDermott. Third in white, Anders Rowe. 3-all. Poole will be the happier of the two after that, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Beautiful gate from Louis that, and gave Mitch McDermott absolutely no hope.
Yeah, no, 100%. It was just one of them, wasn't it? But yeah, Paul.
That's taken him down from a 9 to about a 3 in your scoring at this point.
Maybe even a 2 if he's lucky.
We got 7 people watching. If you are watching, get in the comments. Tell us what you had for your tea, what you think of this meeting, what you think of anything that's going on around the world of Speedway, who you've got winning the Grand Prix on Saturday, who you've got winning the World Cup on Friday. We're on with heat number 4. Cooper Russian goes off the inside gate in blue, Dale Woodgate 2 in yellow, Zach Cook gate 3 in red, and Jason Edwards, the guest for Oxford, off the outside in white. It feels like it's been a while since we just saw Cooper Russian with that paid win in heat 2.
It was even more of a while since we saw Dale Wood.
It does, yeah, because he didn't get 4 laps in.
Dale Wood.
Oh,
Jesus.
He's got about, and Cooper Russian, and he was in second, only behind his teammate.
I hope Dale's got some good tash shampoo.
Zach Cook and Jason Edwards look remarkably clean until the first turn of the lap 1 here.
Yes.
Have you noticed?
Just to add a little bit more salt in the runes to Redcow, to Poole, sorry. Where Jason's race jacket comes down, you can just see the little golden BSN Series as well.
Yeah.
So tapes fly there for heat number 4, and Cooper Rush has got there. But Dale Wood goes down there. Now, for me, Cooper would go, but he probably won't because it was on the first bend.
I don't know. I weren't watching that. I was watching Jace. I'll be interested to see the repeat, but that's the second time tonight Dale Wood has ended up in a bit of bother. I don't think Cooper's moved out, to be honest. I think, if anything, Dale's moving in. That's just a classic first bend.
I wouldn't want Dale moving in. He has a really nice tash. He'd steal my missus's.
Yes, when you got him.
Yes.
I think that's all 4. I think it's a clear all 4. It was a classic first
bend.
Is Cooper out? He's being pushed back into the pits. Is he out, or are you? You don't get excluded for going into the pits now, do you?
I'll be honest with you, I ain't got a clue.
You used to be excluded for leaving the track before a rerun of a race.
I did get given a rule book, but I won't even read it when I'm sat on the bog.
Oh, it's that bad. It's not TikTok.
It's not TikTok and there's no pretty pictures in it, so what's the point in having it?
It's true, and you can't colour it in because there's no pictures or outlines to colour.
I could colour it in. I could just cross every line out in blue pen.
Yes.
Let's see what Poole Twitter says, because they're normally on the ball with these things.
No,
normally
Cooper's
been the
there.
key word.
Cooper's still in. He just went in for some changes and stuff. But he used to be excluded for doing that. He used to be excluded for leaving the track unless it's changed again.
So apparently, the quote of the night from BSN is from Greg Blair saying, "Ian, look, it's a seagull." Heat 4 stopped with Wood falling at the first turn, but unsatisfactory start ruled all 4 back.
It's the right call. The rerun then, same 4 riders, same 4 gates. This is so stop-start. I don't know why we watch Poole, it's always stop-start.
Fun. We need something to cure our Wednesday night boredom.
Either way, we end up being Oxford TV, don't we? If it's not Oxford racing, it's Oxford away.
Yeah, and if it's not Oxford racing, it's normally Poole.
Yeah, the only 2 clubs to race on a Wednesday.
So, we'll try again for 8-4. We might get this meeting done this side of Christmas as the tapes rise and away we go. And Dale Woods made a blinded start there, and he's briefly got the lead, but Zach Cook now just blasts round the outside of him like a hot knife going through butter. And now Jason Edwards has got round the outside there of Dale Wood. Now what could Cooper Russian do is he's looking to try and use the inside runner, and it's not quite worked out. And now Cooper Russian's putting Jason Edwards under some pressure, and Dale Wood almost looks quite comfortable in the second place as it stands at the minute as they enter the third lap. And Zach Cook is leading by an absolute bloody miracle. Miracle.
Miracle.
He's basically in Plymouth at this point. The big battle is for third and fourth as Jason Edwards in third, and he's been put under a bit of pressure from Cooper the Russian at the rear of the field then as Zach Cook goes round. He's already virtually on the home straight now to take the checkered flag in heat number 4, and Dale Wood got a very impressive second place there.
So if Cooper and Dale coming together and Dale coming down was unsatisfactory, had Cooper come down there, would that have been unsatisfactory? Because Dale would go straight into it.
Probably. There's only one man that could answer your question. Paul Carrington.
Cooper was a bit too fair then. I'd have dropped it because that would have gone unsatisfactory start. Dale would just go straight into the side of him. And the result of heat 4 was won by the rider in red, Zach Cook. No time on this one yet. Second in yellow, Dale Wood and his moustache, and third in white, Jason Edwards. Points divided 3 apiece, and it's now 14 points to 9 after 4. Please don't do another track grade. Just crack on. Time is 60.42 seconds. Gate 3 is the place to be at the moment, and they're putting the line down, so I don't think they're going to do any. Watch this. If Cooper goes down, it's an unsatisfactory start. Look at that. He clouts him.
Yeah, all day long.
So how is that any different to the original one, other than the fact Dale Wood binned it and Cooper didn't?
Don't know. It's no different, is it really?
It's a bit too honest from Cooper there. But Zach was, like you say, in Plymouth, and that comment the other day that tickled me about some fans saying that Tobias Thompson would always be Poole no matter what. And then Mark Phillips' response of, does that mean Zach Cook will always be Plymouth, with that being the first club he raced for? I do love Mark Phillips when he's on one.
Just going to point out then, if you're thinking like that, Tobias Thompson's first club was actually Birmingham in 2019.
Yeah, he did have.
So it's Tobias Thompson, always Birmingham's.
Yeah. And they are good. They are graded. Why? As if we've not had enough delays yet. These are the kind of meetings where the stop start when I hate Speedway.
Yes.
Cairnsey looks fuming. I don't know why Cairnsey looks fuming. Has he been told he's not going to get a ride in Germany on Friday?
Who knows? I mean, he won Heat 2. Yeah, Heat 2.
That was a while back. We've got 10 people watching us. That's the highest number of viewers we've had all night. get in the comments. Tell us
what you had for your tea.
Yeah, what you had for your tea. Palmer wants to know. Something to keep us talking for a bit of filler while these do a track raid.
Yes.
So, what did Andy say about the track from Luke after the test yesterday that you can say on here?
Not a lot, really. He says rides very much like a scunny kind of track. It was very slick.
Yeah, it did look it, to be honest.
And as our sponsored rider, Mr. Ingram, said, it's concrete.
There didn't look a lot of material on there, did there?
But they have got a lot of material on the centre green. So I think it's for the riders that went, they don't necessarily need a lot of material on the track.
Yeah, for the meetings, I'll assume it will be put on and then just scrape back off onto the centre green for the stocks.
Yeah, I pretty much what will happen, I'd imagine. It'll be very similar to what we do at Scunny.
It will be interesting to see how Northampton go on at home, because obviously they are doing a press and practice tomorrow, aren't they? But they won't have much home advantage, because practice is different to when you pull up next to two opposition riders on the start.
I just want to know where the pits are going.
I imagine, well, there's no pitch yet, are there? So I imagine they're just going to have to work out the back of the vans, which we're going old school. We're going down to grassroots speedway.
Yeah, just get a LED light thing and a generator in back at van, you'd be alright.
And it's a strange week, ain't it? Because we've had some glorious weather, yet in typical fashion, the British Speedway calendar for this week has been so sparse.
Oh, it has, hasn't it?
It'll piss it down next week when there's loads of meetings scheduled.
Yay! Not that any of us are planning on going to any, if you're listening Bellevue on Monday, don't have rain.
The forecast,
about 3 o'clock.
Yeah, the forecast doesn't look particularly great there, it must be said.
But it has changed again, because it wasn't looking great on Monday, then yesterday it was looking alright. If you are at...
do we trust Met Office or do we trust BBC more?
I trust the Met Office with my life.
Right,
why is it not letting me do Gordon Manchester?
Met Office for Monday. If we go on the Met Office forecast, it'll be on. It'll be fine. If we go on the BBC forecast, it'll be off because it looks like it's going to piss it down all day. Let's have a look at the rain radar.
It's not.
Yeah, the Met Office rain radar doesn't look any better. The BBC rain radar doesn't look much better than the forecast, but Met Office looks okay for what it's worth.
I always look at the Met Office because the BBC employ predators, and I'm not supporting predators.
Heavy rain on Sunday as well, according to the BBC.
Nice little bit of natural watering. What did the Met Office say about Manchester?
The forecast for Monday, Leicester doesn't look great either.
And that's when we was planning our, not our next watch along, but a watch along.
But the Met Office for Leicester on Monday looks fine as well, so the Met Office is our friend.
Yes. Yeah. Always trust the Met Office.
Do you know we've got 177 subscribers on our YouTube account now? That's decent for two fat guys just talking about Speedway.
Well, if you're watching, chuck us a subscriber, get us up to 200. Please, thanks, love you and all that.
It was only the start of the year we'd got to 100, so to get 77 in the first month and a bit of the season isn't bad.
If this time next week we're at 200 subscribers, I'll sort something out and we can do a little giveaway or something.
Yes.
I don't know, a ticket to Scunny or something.
Yes. Here number 5, Gate 1 in yellow, Luke Kelly, and Gate 2 in red, Louis Kerr. Gate 3 in white, Sam Masters, and off the outside in blue, very harshly excluded in his opening race, Fraser Bowes.
Agreed.
Gate 3 is the place to be, and that's where Sam Masters finds himself after mechanical troubles earlier on. Can he put it right?
If anybody can, it's Sam the man.
Yeah, 1 and 4 have had absolutely sod all luck yet, and Gate 2 has had 1 win of the opening 4.
Yes. And let's be honest, the man off 4, that's had sod all luck. The guys had sod all luck as well. Poor Frazy Wazy.
Yeah, that was a harsh exclusion, weren't it?
That was. Yes, that wasn't the best.
Luke Killeen looked decent in the Heat 1 though.
Yes.
I know that
Heat number
pains you
5
to say.
Fraser made a right roller there, but Lewis Kerr's got the start, and Sam Masters is challenging him there for second, and Luke Colleen's got himself into third, so it's quickly a 3-all as it stands, although Sam's going high, wide and handsome, and now Louis just shuts the door in, and Sam back round the outside there. This is best race at night, this so far, and Fraser's looking to put a challenge on Luke Colleen, but he daren't because Luke might kill him, literally, as... it's now a 4-2 advantage to the Oxford Cheetahs. And I didn't think I'd be saying that after my little prediction earlier. But Sam Masters with an absolutely astonishing lead now, and he's fairly settled in front with Lewis Kerr. Fairly settled in second, and Luke Colleen is fairly settled in third, and Fraser Bowes is fairly settled in fourth. So if you get the theme there, it's quite fairly settled here in heat number 5. And that's that.
Luke Killeen has got some pace under that bike of his. He was closer to Kerr than Bowes was to him. So I was just seeing Louis Kerr and Sam with a little acknowledgement. Good pass by Sam. The only good thing that came of those delays earlier was it gave the track time to dry out.
Yeah, 100%.
Result of heat number 5 was a win for the rider in white, Sam Masters, second in red Louis Kerr, and third in yellow Luke Killeen. 2 points to Poole, 4 to Oxford, and the progressive score on aggregate is I don't know what, but it's 16-13 on the night. We didn't get a winning time in that one. That's unfortunate.
55-64.
Did that come up, or have you just seen it on the Twitter page?
No, it came up.
Oh, Louis and Sam are having a good chinwag. They get on quite well, don't they? Yeah, Fraser moved, and he would have been on a warning after that first one, so it should have been stopped and he should have been excluded.
He didn't. The only reason that wasn't stopped was because he didn't really gain an advantage, I think.
But he was already on a warning, or he should already be on a warning. So to the rule book, it should have been stopped because it's an exclusion for a second roll when you're on a warning.
Who needs rule books? Nobody reads them.
Unless they put pictures in.
And pretty pictures as well.
Like pigeons.
Yes.
People who are watching that don't understand the in-joke there, it'll go straight over their head, but there is an in-joke there. And a person that usually watches us will get it.
Yes.
Hit number 6 at the line, gate 1 in red Richard Lawson, gate 2 in white Jason Edwards, gate 3 in blue Carl Newman, and gate 4 in yellow is Darryl Richings. If you are just joining us, we expect this, we think this is the last meeting of the 28-day contract. Palmer, if you were a betting man, do you think Newman stays or goes?
Stays.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree. I don't think he's done too bad, and he's very local as well, isn't he? And you don't know what you're going to get from Gilksy. That's why I think Leicester have taken just a little bit of a risk. You don't know how fit he's going to come back, and practice is one thing, and he's done a lot of that, but it's not competitive racing, is it?
No, I mean, I know he's done some amateur meetings against some decent enough riders, but they're not Premiership standard. Like, it's alright, and this is no disrespect to the guy anyway, but it's alright going out and beating Ben Worley and Harry Sadler, but there's no Dan Bewley and Sam Masters now, is it? Tapes rise anyway for hit number 6, and Jason Edwards has made an absolute beauty of a start.
Darryl Richings is there!
is there. And now what can Carl Newman do? Is he storms underneath Darryl Richards and forces Darryl Richards to go wide there. And
he's going to do Jace as well.
In the lead now, and Carl Newman's all over Jason Edwards here. This is absolutely fantastic stuff. And now Newman up the inside of Edwards. Oh, it's ever so close there. It's almost a little bit of argy-bargy there. And Richards looks like he's about to come round the outside of Newman as well. Newman's about to go from second to last. And Richards, he looks very untidy there on that first and second bend. I thought he was coming down into air fence, but he's back now. And now he goes down.
He's down,
yeah, does he stay down? That is the question as we enter the last lap. The red flags hasn't gone out yet, so I'm assuming he's got up. It's a fair play, big dazzer, but that's ultimately gifted a point to Kyle Newman.
I'm under the impression here that Kyle Newman has not been told whether he's staying or going. He's riding a bit. He's trying too hard. It feels like he's riding to force himself into the plans. So he won't know whether he's staying or going, but yeah, I feel like he's not been told one way or the other because he's trying too hard and he's all sorts of out of shape.
Well, that's a nice way of calling him fat.
Not quite. Heat number 6 was won by the rider in red, Richard Lawson. Second in white, Jason Edwards, and third in blue, Carl Newman. Darryl Richings fell and cleared the track, but didn't finish the race. It's a 4-2 to Poole, and it's opened up the 5-point gap again at 20 points to 15 on the night, which closes the gap to 7 points on aggregate.
Yes.
I thought Darryl was going to get into second. He started that race really well.
He did. My neighbours are on some very zesty cigarettes.
Are you getting high through the window?
Yes. I do not condone any drug use unless it's paracetamol or ibuprofen or Calpol, by the way.
It's not your drug use, though. You're just benefiting from their drug use.
Yes.
Legalities and all of that.
So, please don't tell me.
You wait till they start baking it into muffins and brownies and all of that stuff and start offering them to you.
Oh, they won't offer them to me.
Do they not like you?
I've tried asking for them.
Heat 7, Gate 1 in white, Anders Rowe. Gate 2 in red, Zach Cook. Gate 3 in yellow is Mitch McDermott, and Gate 4 in blue, William Cairns. Impressive in Heat 2, Will, but that was a while ago now.
Yes, it was.
We've got a comment from Winnie, the legend Winnie. BSN just said Richings and Newman squared up in the pits there. There was nothing in there. Darryl went on his own. I don't know what the issue is.
He was just hard but fair riding and Dazza couldn't handle it.
There was a bit of argy-bargy. Like, Newman came steaming up the inside, but Darryl repaid the favour the lap after, so for me it evens itself out. Darryl's built like a brick shithouse, so I wouldn't want to fight him. But I do think when he reflects on that, if you can't take racing like that, you shouldn't be racing.
No. Or just stick to National League, that's pal. So, 8 number 7 then. Starmash walks away and the tapes fly away. We go to fairly even start there, but it's Zach Cook that gets the first to first with Mitch McDermott now going high, wide and not very handsome, and Anders Rose come up the inside here of Zach, and Kez is coming up the inside here of Mitch. This is a decent race, this, and that was always ever so close with the two at the back. Anders Rose the lead then with Zach Cook there in the second place. Mitch McDermott is in third, and my 58.32 is probably out the window now at this point, I think. Sorry, Poole fans, I love you, but yeah.
Well, some of them.
Some of them. 2 of them at least. But yeah. But Anders Rowe still has the lead then going into the penultimate lap, and it's not very often you see Zach Cook beating around this Wimborne Road circuit. And yeah, it's going to be a 4-2 to the Cheetahs, and that just closes the gap down a lot on the evening.
What was the what gate was Anders on there? Was he 1 or 3?
1.
1. That's the second win for gate 1. As you said there, it's very rare you see Anders Rowe beaten. Very rare you see Zach Cook beaten, but Anders Rowe does know this track inside and out. Was here last season and did want him back, and he's showing that he still knows the quickest way around here. Will Cairns pulled the tear off at the wrong time there. Heat 7 was won by Anders Rowe in white in a winning time of 59.92. Second in red, Zach Cook. Third in yellow, Mitch McDermott. 2 points to Poole, 4 points to Oxford. It's 22 points to 19 now.
Or 61 to 70 if you bothered about the aggregate. But yeah, that was just a good start there, wasn't it, from Anders? It was more of a good battle at the back.
I think the overwatering they did early on as gave us a good racing track. It will pulls off a tear off at the wrong time there.
Yeah.
But I think, the track doesn't look bad. There's two distinct lines. The inside's working and the mid-track's working, and it's, dare I say, getting a tad dry now.
So apparently, in William Cairns' interview thing, he's been calling out the keyboard warriors.
Oh.
Just from what we've been told.
I think a lot of people are bewildered by his inclusion, but who else? Who do you put in? I do hope that he doesn't let they really push him, and there's a big thing being made about him. I hope he doesn't let that get to his head though, and he starts acting like a dick. Because there's a very fine line between being confident in yourself and then being gaslit into thinking you're something that you're not and starting to believe it rather than showing it.
Yeah, 100%. It's yeah, he's just got to keep you cool, haven't you, and just sort of just almost avoid looking at
the legend, the GOAT is in the BSN booth.
Yes.
That's what we want. Dale and his moustache. And we can't even hear it because we're on here.
I don't even think they're interviewing him at this point. He's just stood in the booth for a chill.
And it's 61 points to 70 in Oxford's favour on aggregate as well. Poole do need to turn the screw because, again, anything other than a Poole win tonight and they will be eliminated. A draw or better for Oxford is enough.
But they're probably not necessarily eliminated because the best second place out of all three of the groups go through as well.
But you want to go through top, otherwise you get sort of what's left. You don't want to go through as the best of the rest of the shit ones.
No, we'll take that when we beat Workington on Friday.
And I do think that's possible as well. 4,
I hope
2,
so.
1. Oh, my gate stats add up. Meeting. Get on.
Excellent.
I can count. Gate 3 is absolutely the place to be, and as a pairing, Gate 1 and 3 are the best.
Yeah, 100%. Gate 4 literally is a bloody graveyard at the minute.
Who's off that in Heat 8?
Kyle Newman.
Ouch.
Yes.
Luke Killeen could win Heat 8. He's looked really quick tonight.
And he's off Gate 3.
And it's the favoured gate, yeah. Oh dear.
Referee's a little bit bold.
So he's got 2 right and 1 wrong so far. He's put himself up from a 3 to a 5. Just because of how bad that 1 wrong was.
I think you'd be very generous giving him a 5 if you ask me.
It looks like the breeze is getting up a touch, although I must admit I do like the Poole team wear this year. Big Lee.
It does look really nice, to be fair. Big Lee, what a boy. Don't know who that bird is with him, but it certainly isn't his daughter.
Is he off to get back dressed into his civvies now? Being dressed as a pirate for the evening. He's yeah. Do you want to read through what BSN have got coming up?
No. Upcoming BSN fixtures in a week tomorrow. They're at Northampton as Northampton take on Kings Lynn, and then day after they're at Glasgow versus Plymouth. Jesus Christ. Wednesday the 13th, they're at Oxford versus Edinburgh. Then day after that, they're at Ipswich versus Bellevue. And then on the Friday, they've got 2 Fridays back-to-back at Glasgow as Glasgow take on the Workington Comets.
And 3 days back-to-back now. Looking at those fixtures and our availability at Northampton and Kings Lynn is doable, I think.
I think we've put that one down, haven't we?
Oxford and Edinburgh is doable. Whether we want to do Oxford again is the question. And then Ipswich and Bellevue, I think, is down on our list already. Just because what happened to Bellevue at Ipswich last year.
Yeah, 100%. The one on Friday the 15th, I think that's Glasgow and Workington. I'm at Scunny. Can't remember who we've got.
I won't be free on that Friday anyway. That's one of those. But yeah, we've got to. Do you want to talk about what we've got coming up on the coming up graphic? What we've got at the moment. This doesn't include my pop-up watch along on Friday, which just came into my head.
So we might, and I cannot reiterate the word might enough, be back on Saturday. Well, we're back at Tapes now for E8.
Already?
So we'll talk about that after the race.
They were just talking to Shrek. They ain't racing yet. Them tapes are fucked.
Alright, and I'll carry on what I was saying. So we might be back on Saturday with Redcar versus Workington versus Redcar, but we'll probably confirm that on the day. We don't know, and then we intend to be back for definite, weather permitting. Monday evening for Leicester versus Northampton. We probably would have covered Bellevue, but one of us, aka me, decided, you know what, I'm going to have a bank holiday Monday morning and afternoon out and go to it. So yeah,
and then you'll be back and straight into a watch along.
I won't even have time for tea.
That wood is absolutely caked in mud and shale, and Luke Killeen is as clean as can be. Carl Newman's relatively clean on the front anyway, for saying he's been on his bum tonight.
Yes. Has Kyle Newman got an Oxford person spannering for him?
I have no idea. But
his mechanic looked like he had an Oxford hat on, that was all.
If we can't see Newman, the only rider of the 4 we can't see is Carl Newman.
Standard. Somebody we know very well would say, get on.
He has got an Oxford hat on, you're right.
Thought he had.
Carl Newman to Oxford confirmed. It's absolutely not confirmed.
Absolutely not, but it might be soon.
And
hello, Laura.
Laura's having a chat with Louis, who's now got his hair tattooed on his head. Brilliant.
What boy?
It's a look.
It's a really weird tattoo as well at his head. If he was to put his head down so you could see the top of his head, it would literally be a woman staring at you.
Oh.
It is quite scary to look at, to be fair.
I want to know how you know that.
It was on his Instagram story bloody ages ago.
Oh.
I don't randomly just Google the top of Louis Kerr's head.
I thought he'd come to study and you'd asked him to lean over so he could look at his tattoo or something.
Well, I don't Google it often anyway.
And to be fair, in all seriousness, it is nice to see Louis settled down at a club, a couple of seasons now at Poole, and relatively injury-free last year. Did have one crash, but I don't think he missed a meeting off of it. And he seems to have settled a little bit after, serious injuries and stuff. He does seem to have settled down now at Poole.
Yeah, 100%. And sometimes when riders are just starting to settle, you probably get the best out of them. But you don't want them to settle too much.
Like certain riders at Scunthorpe.
Yes. I'm not naming names.
Sam's off having a chinwag with Luke Killeen. I've got to say, Luke Killeen's favourite for this.
He is. It's scary how much he's a favourite for this.
There's another legend in the chat. Big Al! Evening, gents. Hope you're both well. Alan has actually said, hope you both well. There's no RE on the end, just you. You both are well. Yeah, we are. We're we're a little bit more awake now. We've only done 7 races in an hour since the meeting started.
Oh wow, we're chuffing marvellous, mate. Chuffing marvellous.
Cooper and his tassels are here, or as Palmer has now affectionately named him, Tassel Man.
I'm a tassel man.
That's a remix we need.
To be fair, I was going to do the Rocket Man one, but you know.
Heat number 8 is now out of the tapes. The tapes are fixed. Gate number 1 in yellow, Darwood. Gate 2 in blue, Cooper Russian. These two meet again. Gate 3 in white is Luke Killeen, and Gate 4 in red, Carl Newman. Luke Killeen is clear favourite for this one. Cooper Russian and Darwood had a couple of comings together in the Heat 4, so it's round 2 of that one, which Darwood eventually came out on top of in Heat 4.
Heats 2, 4 and 8. I'm just saying, Dale and Cooper have been next to each other.
Good job. They ain't got any beef that we know of, innit?
Well, they might have, for all we know. As the tapes then, they go up for heat number 8. Cooper's made a bloody blinding start there.
What a cutback! Ooh!
Kyle just coming underneath Dale Wood there, and he's looking to come underneath Luke Killeen here as well to make this a Pirates 5-1. And he's done that beautifully. Now it's the Pirates currently on a 5-1 as it stands. And what Luke Killeen does is he looks to root the outside run, but Newman's just pushing a little bit more ahead in front of Luke Killeen there. Unfortunately, the GOAT Dale Wood is struggling towards the rear of the field as it stands. But this is a much more improved and smooth ride, as we'll say, for Kyle Newman here. Luke Killeen's going virtually bloody everywhere as it stands, with 1 lap left to go then. And it's going to open the gap on the night to 7 points. Should it stay like this, should there be no last second for slips, trips, falls and mechanical failures, Luke Killeen's trying to come round the outside, but it don't work, and it's a big 5-1 to the Pirate.
Carl Newman made a good gate. He saw Luke Killeen going wide and tried to cut back underneath him. Killeen read it and screwed it on round the outside. Newman steamed under him. It wasn't hard or unfair or anything. It was hard. It wasn't unfair or anything like that. It was racing. He sent Killeen out a little bit wider and came up the inside. Killeen had pace. He didn't let Newman get away, but a good ride from Newman there, and that experience showed.
Yeah, 100%.
And he's definitely a man riding for his job. Heat number 8 was won by the rider in blue, Cooper Russian, in a time of 60.94. Second in red, Carl Newman. And third in white, Luke Killeen. 5-1 to Poole, and it's now 27 points to 20 and 66.71 on aggregate. So just down to the 5 points on aggregate now.
Yes.
Oh, 5 points, yeah, 5 points it is. And there is tacticals allowed in this format, and that's so now Oxford are in tactical territory.
Yeah. That they are.
Newman knew straight away he had to try and cut back here, because Killeen tried to send him straight out to the fence, and Newman was like, sod you, and cut back. Didn't work there, but he steams in here, and to be fair, Killeen, he's nowhere near him. Nowhere near him. But Newman is riding like a man who's racing for his job.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't know what we
suspect.
AKA was told last evening.
Sam Masters comes in as tactical substitute, replacing Darryl Richings in Heat 9 off the favoured gate. Gate 1 in white is Jason Edwards. Gate 2 in blue, Fraser Bowes. Gate 3 in yellow, the tactical substitute, Sam Masters. And off the outside in red, Louis Kerr. Another battle between those two. Masters on the favoured gate, Edwards on the joint second favourite, Louis Kerr on the worst, and Fraser Bowes has failed to score from 2 rides so far. So it is all in Oxford's favour here.
It really is.
And fair play, we question Peter Schreck as a manager. This is probably the smartest thing he could have done. Play it straight away.
I reckon someone like Laura probably told him in his ear hole, put Sam out here.
It's
because Peter Schreck is not smart enough to do a smart decision like that.
Have you noticed the white on Louis Kerr's bike covers looks like a really dark cream colour now? They did before we started, whether the white just isn't washing right or what.
It was like that at Scunny the other week as well. I think he might have purposely gone for a darker white.
Do you think it just so don't show up as much?
Yeah.
Sensible.
So, heat number 9 then, the Tapes Rise, away we go. It's a fairly even start there, but Louis Kerr's made an absolute blinder of a first turn, and he's now leading with Sam Masters looking to take up the challenge in second. He's going high and wide there, and can Sam do it? Louis says, no, you're not coming past me this time, pal. Fraser Bowser's at the back, by the way, and Jason Edwards is in third if you're interested. But the big battle is at the front between Sam and Louis, as Louis holding the inside run. Sam's trying to blast himself round the outside there. Louis just shut the door beautifully on Sam there. Says, you're not coming round me, pal. As we go down the back straight there for what I believe might be the third time, might be second, I don't bloody know.
Third.
There's, yeah, we're about to enter last lap. Cheers, Start Marshall, for putting the flag out, pal. As I think Louis now virtually... Yeah, he's safe in that first position. And this tactical genius move hasn't really worked out for old Shrek.
Great race from Lou. Made a belting start off a gate that's not made a start all night. And got there. Sam was there early on, but Louis rode a good defensive ride. An acknowledgement between the two again. Fraser Bowes nowhere near. And for me, if I was Poole with a rider, Dan Gilks sitting on the sidelines, there could be an argument to keep Carl Newman and bring in Dan Gilks, because Fraser Bowes isn't pulling up any trees at all.
Absolutely not.
Heat number 9 was won by the rider in red, Louis Kerr, in a winning time of 60.50. Second in yellow, the tactical substitute, Sam Masters, and third in white, Jason Edwards. Points divided 3 apiece. It's 30 points to 23. And Palmer, did you clock the Poole aggregate score then?
I didn't know. What was it?
69.
Wait.
Yes. Who needs to be mature? Fraser Bowes was out of it from the off. He was miles behind the other three.
But yeah, he was really, wasn't he? Yeah. Decent little race though between Louis and Sam for the first 3 laps.
Sam looked quicker, he just couldn't pass. Louis knew exactly where he was going to come from. He was constantly looking over his shoulder, and he blocked it perfectly, and Sam did just drop back a little bit on the last lap, and Louis got some fresh air. But that was the opportunity, and Louis read it perfectly, and that was, I think, the end of the opportunity for Sam.
Yeah, 100%.
Richard Lawson's back out here. He's going to aim to double the winning percentage off gate number 4. But Anders Rowe looked good last time.
He did indeed.
Would it have been better, although Mitch McDermott, could it have been better to save it for this one? I don't know, you don't really play a tactical against Richard Lawson, do you?
No, you don't.
Heat number 10, gate 1 in yellow, Mitch McDermott. Gate 2 in blue, Carl Newman. Gate 3 in white, Anders Rowe, and off the outside in red, Richard Lawson. Carl Newman, I think, is a rider that has worked incredibly hard, and his points don't necessarily reflect that effort tonight. And no rider will ever work harder and get 3 paid for to this point.
No. If he was to be dropped, it would be extremely harsh.
But I do think someone else would snap him up should he be dropped. I just don't see it happening. I think they'll want to keep him.
100%. He is Paul's equivalent to Luke Harrison, isn't he? You know, if you've got the hometown boy riding for you, you want to try and sort of keep him.
Mm-hmm. And he's done a month's worth more racing than Gilksy, who's coming in relatively cold.
Exactly that then, as the tapes rise then for heat number 10. And Carl Newman's made a beautiful start there, and he has the lead going into the back straight, and he's been challenged now with Anders and Mitch McDermott. A rare last place here for Richard Lawson at the back, and this is a very solid ride here from Kyle Newman, who's being put under all sorts of pressure from the Oxford pair here. And now what can Lawson do is he dives underneath McDermott there, and McDermott says, "You're not coming past me, pal," and Richard says, "Yep, I am. Watch me, mate." And now the big battle is between Richard Lawson.
He's done Anders.
And Anders Rowe. Richard's done Anders as well, and now we all know Richard's going to chaperone Kyle to take this race win here as we enter the last lap then of heat number 10. And Richard arguably looks a lot quicker than Kyle out in front, but
he's done him as well.
Richard's done Kyle as well. He's done all three in one, and now he looks to Kyle. He slows down, but Kyle still couldn't get past.
Brilliant ride from Richard Lawson. Last for 2 laps, comes straight round and goes to first. Carl Newman, brilliant gate. Made a little mistake on the second turn of the second lap, but it actually slowed the Oxford pair down as well, and Poole have really started to turn the screw here.
I think we all knew they would, to be fair, didn't we?
Richard Lawson just wanted to double that winning percentage off gate 4, didn't he? That's what it was.
Yes. Yes.
And as you would say, that was like a knife through hot butter. Heat number 10 was won by the rider in red, Richard Lawson, in a time of 61.31. Second in blue, Carl Newman, and third in white, Anders Rowe. 5-1 to Poole, 35 points to 24 on the night, 74 points to 75 on aggregate. Do you feel like that track was really wet at the start to give this advantage to Poole after take a short term setback to have a longer term gain for the rest of the meeting?
Smart thinking.
Yeah, it's part of home advantage, ain't it? You set it up for your riders, and if that's how they wanted it early on. But look at Lawson here, he was absolutely nowhere.
He was that far back, he may as well have been in Plymouth.
Yes. But he hates Plymouth, remember? And Plymouth fans hate him.
Yes.
All Poole's fault, ain't it? He came up the inside of McDermott here, made that stick really easily, and to be honest, got Anders really well as well. Inside McDermott, outside of Anders. Anders looks back at him there, and that's the moment when he needed to change his underpants.
Yes, it was.
And he makes that look easy. Anders goes inside and has nothing. The line's moved out, and that was that's Richard Lawson at his best.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, I said it starts the season slow, but then it gets a bit better.
We've got heat number 11 on the line. Zach Cook goes off gate 1 in red. Sam Masters gate 2 in white. Will Cairns goes off the favoured gate 3 in blue, and Luke Killeen off the outside in yellow. He's been consistent. Killeen scored in every race, 4 points to his name so far. Gate 4 has won the last 2 races back to back as well. Can he make it 3? It's going to be difficult to beat Zach, and Cairns, he's not been a million miles off the pace either.
No, he hasn't. It could be fun.
It started off a little bit slow, but it has got into a nice rhythm now, but I do fear there's an interval coming soon.
Well, you never know. It might just be a little 2 or 3 lap track grade, and then we can be back on with the action because it's currently 10 to 9 at night.
Cairnsy all over Sam Masters' gate with his bike there. Sam just looking at him like, what are you doing, pal? As we saw with that little scrap with Nicky Pedersen's mechanic in the Grand Prix, Sam Masters is not the guy you want to try and mess around with.
No.
He was throwing punches like they were going out of fashion.
In the words of Ty Woofenden at a media day, Sam will throw a few punches if you pay him. Heat 11 goes, by the way, and if you pay him, he'll throw a few punches. He'll get the leader going into
Luke
the back. No, Luke Killeen's just blasted right round the outside of them all. Where's he bloody found this from? This isn't the Luke Killeen we know. The Luke Killeen we know is shit. But yeah, so Oxford currently on a 5-1 here, and that hard work that Richard and Kyle's done just about to be demolished by Killeen and Sam Masters. Although Zach's starting to put a little bit of pressure on Masters, but Sam's a very hard man to pass. If he's in front of you, no matter how hard Zach will try, and it probably proves the point here that it's probably a year or 2 too early for Zach to just drop the championship. But yeah, this is I hate to say this because I think he's a little see you next Tuesday, but Fair play to Luke Colleen. That was some ride, that.
Luke Killeen makes it back-to-back-to-back wins off gate 4. It was awful until till heat number 8 or 9, whatever it was, and it's back-to-back-to-back wins off of there now. And he was really quick. He pulled away from Sam. Zach Cook started well, but hasn't done anything since. He's actually scored less each ride, 3, 2 and 1. Will Cairns was nowhere near, and for me, Cooper Russian probably gets his last ride because he was nowhere near then, to be honest.
That's our Team GB superstar, don't you know?
Heat number 11 was won by the rider in yellow, Luke Killeen, in a winning time of 60.42. Second in white, Sam Masters, and third in red, Zach Cook. 1 point to Poole, 5 to Oxford. It's now 36.29 on the night and 75 points to 80 on aggregate. The aggregate points not going to really matter as long as Poole get to 46 points, or 45 may be enough in this instance because of the dodgy score earlier on. But as long as they pick up the 2 meeting points, that's all they need.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
This line is where Luke Killeen wants it, and it's definitely an outside line rider, and the line is on the outside now. It's all perfectly set up for him. He even pulled away from Sam. Now, we don't know if Sam was shutting off, but there's some gap between the two there.
Oh, there is, 100%.
And these are having a track grade, so I think this is a good time for us to have just a couple of minutes breather.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Sorry for having a little bit of a break. They had a break. I needed a drink. Don't need it away. So, heat number 12 is coming up to tapes.
Gate 1 in red, Louis Kerr. Gate 2 in yellow, Darryl Richings. Gate 3 in blue, Cooper Russian, and off the outside in white, looking to make it 4 wins on the bounce. For Gate 4 is Anders Rowe. I wonder who these have put up for their rider of the night.
Tell you what. Let's have a butchers.
We'll put our rider of the night up after heat number 13.
So, their riders of the night are Richard Lawson, Carl Newman, Sam Masters, or Luke Killeen. And the votes are very much in one rider's favour. So the tapes rise anyway for heat number 12. Cooper's made a bloody brilliant start there, and Lewis Kerr's got there with him as well, and it's currently the Pirates on a 5-1 as it stands. And Anders Rowan, is it Dale or is it Darryl? Darryl. They're just racing each other at the back, the two Oxford boys, and it's just allowing the Pirates just to extend their lead a little bit more. Just a little bit. A little bit more. Bit of G. The G coming out here on Shoot Some Shell tonight. As Cooper, then he still has the lead with Louis Kerr second. And Anders is trying to close the gap, but it just isn't working at the minute. And as they enter the final lap then of heat number 12, and Cooper is being absolutely bloody brilliant. And he needs them tassels chopping off. But as I come round the final bends, it's going to be a 5-1 to the Pirates.
What a ride from Coops. Brilliant gate. Knew what he needed to do. Louis Kerr was there with him, and that was about as the start line was as close as the visitors were to the home pairing. Louis Kerr's been sublime. 1 point drop to an opponent all night, and that was Sam Masters, who you can forgive him dropping a point to.
Nah, he's been on this home track for too long. Can't forgive him for doing a point, in the words of Poole fan.
Brilliant ride from both the Pirates boys, and what a ride from Coops.
And if anybody's interested, I am available for karaoke's and sing-alongs.
When we go to Middlesbrough and we go to Level X, you're definitely going to be doing that karaoke, ain't you?
Not at 36 quid for a karaoke booth.
Heat number 12 was won by the rider in blue, Cooper Russian, in a time of 61.22. Second in red, Louis Kerr. Third in white, Anders Rowe. 5-1 to Poole, and it's now 41.30 and 80.81 on aggregate. We'll give our riders of the night now, because we may as well.
Yeah, are you doing the little polly thing that I think we can do now?
Yes.
So I've gone for Kyle Newman as my man of the meeting. I think he's rode very, very hard for not much reward.
And I've gone for Luke Killeen, who's been fantastic. Looked really quick on the night and scored really well. And there will be a poll going up in the comments in a moment. And that will be open until after heat number 15. And the vote is now up. Yeah. So anyone that is watching us, drop your votes on the rider of the night poll.
Yes.
Winnie has said, I've lost track of how many matches in we are with averages, etc. But Paul have got to be binning bows surely now. Number 13, Sam Masters goes off gate 1 in white. Richard Lawson, brilliant ride last time out, off gate 2 in red. Jason Edwards goes off the favoured gate 3 in yellow, and Zach Cook, who's had a mediocre night to say the least, off the outside in blue. And we do expect more than what we've seen from Zach, don't we?
Yeah, 100%.
And that poll will be ended after heat number 14 concludes. We've got 4 votes so far from the 7 people watching us. And this will be the way we do it from now on, with a poll in the chat. Don't know why I didn't think of this before.
Yeah. I think we was allowed to for a bit, didn't we?
You have to have a YouTube account for so long. We probably could have done it any time. Like, I think it's 60 days before you can do it, so we're way past that point.
was going to say, we've been doing these longer than 60 days, and that's just this week.
Yes.
So, Heat 13, a big Heat 13, the tapes rise. Richard Lawson gets to that first turn first. Jason Edwards
Zach.
is going quite right there. He's left the gap open for Zach Cooker. Zach doing a shite. Josh Pickering impression now. Sam looking to come underneath Zach here. And now Lawson's looking out for Zach Cook here. So this is a good team ride here from Richard Lawson out in front. And poor Jason Edwards, who put all that effort in the first lap, is right at the bloody back. But yeah, Sam's now really just trying to the high, wide and handsome line. And these boys, these know what they're doing. And this is a much improved ride here from Zach as well. This is the Zach Cook that we're used to watching. And it's going to be another 5-1 to Pirates. And with one left to go, obviously, barring any slip strips, falls, and mechanical failures, because you never know, anything could happen and all that bollocks. But Richard Lawson's about to take his 4th consecutive win of the evening. It's starting to get a little bit dusty at Wimborne Road now.
It is. Richard Lawson knew what he was doing, made a brilliant gate and trapped Sam and Zach cut back perfectly. Sam touched on in his interview with Laura just now before Heat 12 started that Poole come good at the end of a meeting. They certainly are.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Poole have absolutely mathematically confirmed the win on the night as well now.
Yes. I think we all expected it to happen, didn't we?
Yeah, and your score prediction is out the window as well. After that heat, after the heat before, actually. Heat number 13 was won by the rider in red, Richard Lawson, in a winning time of 61.53. Second in blue, Zach Cook. Third in white, Sam Masters. 5-1 to Poole. It's now 46 points to 31 on the night. And the aggregate was 12 coming in. It's now 15 point aggregate swing. So Poole lead it by 3 points by my maths.
Quick maths. My score prediction might not be far off. It's possible we could get a 56-32.
Which is
with a 5-1 and a 5-0.
Which is still not 58 for 28. 50,
no,
what was it?
But it's close.
2 or whatever it was.
58-32.
Yes.
So we could be close, but we don't think we'll get the actual thing. Thanks, Poole, knobheads.
There is still a heat to go before we'll end the poll. Let's have a look how it's getting on.
Kenzie keeps his spot in Heat 14.
The meeting's done now. If it was a bit closer, I'm not so sure we would have. Heat 14, gate 1 in blue, William Cairns, gate 2 in red, Mitch McDermott, gate 3 in... gate 2 in white, Mitch McDermott, gate 3 in red is Fraser Bowes, gate 4 in yellow, the GOAT, Dale Wood, is Fraser Bowes going to score? Is the question of the evening.
I'd like to say yes, so probably not. But yeah, heat number 14 coming up as soon as Dale stops stomping the ground. What an absolute tune that is. Yeah. Come on, boys. Some of us have got stuff to do before we go to bed tonight.
30 seconds left on the clock. Mitch McDermott has been a funny one. He started looking relatively quick, but has only got 3 points to his name so far.
Yeah, this is a race he'll go out and win, innit?
But the rider that they signed instead of him when he said no has got 0 points from 3 rides.
Exactly, so the tapes rise and 4 heat number 14, and they're actually 3 at best, and he's bloody yeah.
That was looking so good for the first lap, but you always felt like he was going to go, and Fraser Bowes is going to end his night on 0. For me, Poole have got to replace him.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, will he get away with an unsatisfactory start there? I wouldn't assume so. No. There was nothing wrong with it, in my opinion.
No.
He just got himself out of shape. He ran a bit too wide, didn't he?
Yeah. So we'll just see a replay, just so you that you, even though you guys that are listening to us can't see it, but just so we know we're not chatting pure shite.
Mitch does run a bit wide, but it's a delayed going. He runs. He's going for that.
He don't force Fraser wide.
No,
The air fence sucks him in a little bit.
Yeah. Will Cairns had got the lead there just as Mitch McDermott passed and the red lights come on, but Cairns made a good start. And the GOAT is going to get a point.
Get on!
I would expect Bowes to go for that.
Yeah, he has. It was the only decision to make here.
Let's have a look at the averages. Because you could potentially bring Jilks in for Bowes, or you bring Jilks back into his spot and you sign Carl Newman for Bowes.
He was 4.61 when I spoke to Rob yesterday.
Jilks.
And Fraser is 5.63.
There's a big difference in there, isn't there?
But you'd get more out of Jilksy, I think.
I do think you're correct. I do think you're right.
So, interesting times at Poole.
There's their rider of the night, Paul Gain.
Tell you what, let's have a butcher's.
Poole are already ready to celebrate.
It's not as one-sided as it was earlier. Luke Colleen currently leading the vote on 34%. Richard Lawson in second on 29%, Carl Newman third on 21%, and 16% has voted for Sam Masters.
The rerun of Heat 14, Gate 1 in blue, the lone pirate in this one, William Cairns. Gate 2 in white is Mitch McDermott. No rider off the favoured Gate 3 with Fraser Bowes excluded, and he ends his night on 0, and off the outside in yellow the GOAT, Dale Wood.
He's going to get a point to add to his 2. What a boy. Up the Delhi Wood. So, Cooper's just... not Cooper. Kenzie just having a few last minute breaths. I think that's your 8-15 pairing. Zach and Richard in deep tats with Matt Ford.
Yes.
So, tapes rise for it.
Kenzie's there.
Kenzie's made it. He's made a beautiful gate, then he goes high, wide and handsome, and he lives. Gee, that was almost like a picker at Scuddy in 8-13. That was something, as he still has the lead though, which is amazing to be honest. And he tries to go for that line again. Just keep your wheels on the ground this time, please, Will. Thanks, pal. As they're about to come round the second time, and Mitch McDermott's putting Kenzie under some pressure here, and one mistake for Will, and Mitch is going to be through. Dale Wood's just chilling around just to get the get that extra point. But as they come into the final lap then, and Kenzie, this will be, is definitely his best ride of the night, and is probably his hardest win as a Poole Pirate as the go down turns 3 and 4. Mitch to the outside, but Kenzie just has enough.
Brilliant skills there from Will Cairns to hold on to that. That was a harum-scarum moment, and he managed to hold it, and a brilliant ride from Will there.
It was. It was almost like a Pico at Scunny.
Will wins his first and last rides of the evening. Couple of zeros in the middle, but what a ride that was. That
was something, that.
Now, maybe is he going to do a donut? He's not quite to Boris Thompson, is he? He's doing a donut though, and he's the new donut king for Poole.
Yeah. Somebody had to take over Toby.
And brilliant ride there from Cairnsy as well. Heat number 14 was won by the rider in blue, Will Cairns, in a winning time of 61.40. Second in white, Rich McDermott, and third in yellow, Dale Wood, 3 points apiece. And it's 49.34 on the night and 88.85 on aggregate. And as we suspected, it will probably be Zach and Richard Lawson in. I think maybe sentimentally, if Carl Newman was to be going, the meeting's won, I think he would have gone in. but they're going to want to win. That's some skill there to hold on to that.
That is, yeah, 100%.
I'm going to end this poll and give us the results of it. So the Shoot Some Shower Rider of the Night, there were 5 votes, and Luke Killeen wins with 60% of the votes to Carl Newman's 40. So there was literally 1 vote that decided it.
Crazy that, but fair play to Luke Killeen. I don't like the geezer, but he's rode really well today, so yeah, fair play to Lucas.
And yeah, so we will, I will probably be back on Friday. That's not guaranteed. It will be a very last minute thing if I do it, so if you can join me, I'll be watching Scunny versus Workington. We may be back on Saturday for Workington versus Redcar, and we will definitely be back, whether depending on Monday, for Leicester versus Northampton.
And while we've got a minute, ironically, while we're watching Poole, we'll give a little shout out to our friends over at 15 Eats Later. Beth and Lee, who do an absolutely outstanding job on their little podcast that they do. 15 Eats Later, it is Poole related, but it's not a massive in your face look at us where Poole. They're actually really quite cool with it, and yeah, so if you get a chance to, go give it a listen. And
as our schedule said earlier, there are stream sponsorship opportunities coming soon. It won't be extortionate sponsorships, it will be like literally to cover the cost of a stream, or maybe just under, we don't quite know yet, but and that will get you a sponsor readout, and you'll be on the graphics as well. And this is the part where the Poole fans are all belting out Sweet Caroline.
Oh, I forgot they did this.
You've got this to look forward to. I'd have gone down to Poole just to belt it out with him if it didn't have added, if it didn't add so much to my cost. So it's just Middlesbrough for me, but Al might belt it out with you.
Yeah, I can't wait for Al to come and find me, and I'm stood with Poole fans.
And Poole have done really well tonight. Richard Lawson's unbeaten. He will go to defend that maximum, and the gates have evened out a bit now. Actually, gate 1 is the worst at this point, joint with 2. 1 and 2 are the worst. Gate 3 has got 5 wins, and gate 4 has got 3. Okay, 1, 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 4 are relatively even. Well, they are. They're identical. 3 has got 2 more wins.
The gate 3 is the place to be,
and that's where you probably want to put Richard Lawson, defending a maximum, if he's indeed in. Peter Schreck filling out his programme as we go. I don't suspect the reserves will be in.
I don't know, if I was Shrek, I'd stick Dale out for one more, because why not? That point in Heat 14 was very hard earned, you know.
I don't think Fraser Bowes will be in somehow.
Well, you know, them 2 noughts in between his 2 FXs, it was very hard earned.
I don't think Jason Edwards will be in. We'll find out.
I'd go with Masters and Colleen, to be honest.
I'd probably do that as well. I think maybe McDermott. Yeah, it's Masters and Killeen, Lawson and Cook. Ironically, look, Poole won the toss, didn't they? So they had to pick which was the lesser of 2 evils for 15. Sam Masters gets the favoured gate, just going out to end Richard Lawson's max. Gate 1 in white is Luke Killeen, fully earned this, Heat 15. Gate 2 in red is Richard Lawson. Gate 3 in yellow, Sam Masters. And Gate 4 in blue is Zach Cook.
That it is.
Richard Lawson has proved that he can overtake from behind tonight as well, though, with being last in his 3rd ride and coming through to win it.
Yeah, Poole's not all gate and go like everybody makes it out to be. So for the last time tonight then, because there won't be a Super 8, I don't think, the tapes right away we go. Richard Lawson's made a beautiful gate there, and he's got both the Oxford boys in 2nd and 3rd, and Zach Cook surprisingly at the back again. This isn't like the Zach Cook we've become accustomed to over the past couple of seasons here at Wimborne Road, and yeah, Lawson's out there leading out in front. Goes a little bit high and wide there, but he's certainly not the handsome part. And he's just extended his lead over Sam a little bit there in second. And Luke's just sort of just tucking in underneath Sam there just to try and team right Zach out of it. But Zach's quite a fair distance behind. I think Zach's virtually retired there in fourth position. And it's going to be a free all. And yeah, with one lap left to go. Barring any slip, strips, falls, and mechanical failures, Mr. Lawson, you're going to get yourself another 50-point maximum. I can't remember last time you did that, probably against Scunny. But as I come round, turns 3 and 4 then for the final time, and it's a 3-3, and Sam slowed down to let Luke Colleen take the second.
Yeah, fair play to Sam there. Luke Colleen did all the hard work. Zach Cook was miles out of it and was never going to score. Richard Lawson made a great gate. Good meeting, actually. Overall, I think it's had a bit of drama. It's had some good racing. It's it's thrown up everything. Scoreline was a bit wide in the end, but
yeah, well, you get these sort of things, don't you?
And yeah, Richard Lawson completes a 5-ride maximum. Heat number 15 was won by the rider in red, Richard Lawson. Second in white on the line was Luke Killeen, and third in yellow, Sam Masters. That's 3 points apiece, and the final score 52 points to Poole, 37 to Oxford, and 91.88 on aggregate. Do you want to run us through the individual scorers, Palmer?
Just adding them up now, Mush. You got that. So for the Pirates, obviously Richard Lawson went through the card with 15. Carl Newman 5 and 2. Louis Kerr 10 and a bonus. Fraser Bowes failed to score. Zach Cook 8 and 1. William Cairns 6. Cooper Russian 8 and a bonus. For the Oxford Cheetahs, then Sam Masters with 9 and a bonus. Luke Colleen with 9. Anders Rowe 6 and a bonus. Mitch McDermott 5. Jason Edwards 4 and 1. Darryl Richards 1, Dale Wood 3 and a bonus.
Good meeting, that really good meeting.
It was decent.
It got
after
better.
Heat 4, it was all right.
Yeah, the bit of a delay out dried out, and it made it into a really good racetrack after that point.
Bit like my adult life. It got better as it went on.
Do you want to wrap us up for this evening?
So, if you've enjoyed us, please tune in again. We still might be here on Friday. We don't know, but if he is, I won't be unless he rings me on Discord and I can say hello from Scunny. We might be back on Saturday again. We don't know. But if not, we'll definitely be back on Monday. Have a fantastic week and weekend and everything that you get up to in between.